Learn how to identify and trade supply and demand, and you're on the way to making a lot of money in the stock market. Let's get into it.
Now I rep the O, what you know about the west side? I just bought a whip, all in cash, live my best life. Bought a couple stocks, so I'm covered for the next 5. I don't like the top, but I know if I test my.
What's going on, my friends? It's your boy Jdun Trades with Team Bull Trading, and I hope you're all having an amazing day. We are back with an in-depth lesson on supply and demand and a day trading recap. We're going to go over the exact trades that I took, some key points to know when trading supply and demand, and some other tips and tricks to help you make more money day trading in the stock market. So as always, if you enjoy transparent trading, if you like making money, and if you get some value from this video, hope that I can earn your thumbs up on it and potentially a subscribe to the channel. I'll always do my best to help you learn and help you earn. Now, the first and the biggest trade of the day was on Tesla. So let's go over here to our 5-day, 5-minute chart. And the trade we first took was on this bounce down here in this lower wick. Now, pre-market, I told the trading community that I was watching for a 923 to a 925 area bounce. As you can see, we didn't quite get there. We're going to go over the why of that in just a second. But on live voice, which we do every single day, my boy Grizzly called out that he was getting in a little early around this 926.
Off live trading. If you guys like those calls today, eating with my boy Grizz. Run it up, baby. Come on. Let's go.
We were close enough. Took this right here. It printed to the upside. Absolutely printed. Thousands of dollars and minutes were made by a lot of people. Now, why did we like this area? What did we see in this area that we liked? Where was the supply and demand factor in this? Well, let's go to the 15-minute chart to start. Now, when I'm looking for supply and demand, I'll go to the upper time frames typically. The daily chart, the hourly chart is my favorite. I think of all charts, the hourly and the 4-hour is my go-to pre-market for finding my levels and seeing where I can watch intraday for day trades. So what do we notice on this hourly chart? What's a level that we were consistently touching but couldn't break through and finally broke through? It was this 925 area right here. We touched multiple times, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, 10. Again, we have this stretch across here and then this right here. We clearly have a lot of confluence, resistance turn support here. So given that, when we break above that resistance, it now becomes support, which is AKA our demand. So looking at that, the whole second number of 925 combined with my supply and demand chart I use pre-market. You guys, if you follow the channel, you know that I call my spaghetti chart. We were showing that our 923 to 925 area was a high probability. We'd come down, test this area in here. Let's draw this wick as well, or let's draw this bar as well. We would test this area and then potentially see a bounce up for a day trade. Now again, 1-hour chart, 4-hour chart, we come down. We got in this a little early on live voice. Again, if you want to hop into that, if you want to get our trades live every day, the link's in the description below. We entered a little early, but still the thesis was the same. It worked out beautifully. We came down, touched that area once, saw a massive move back up. And then when we come down and break it down again, we obviously fail that demand. Our buyers aren't there. So that moves again to our resistance, which you can see was our resistance the rest of the day. We couldn't quite break above that. So that was trade 1. Was that, we came down and touched. Now let's go to the 5-day, 5-minute chart and look at that again. You can even see down here that the second time we came down to this 925, we touched it almost to a T right here before jumping up again 929, 930, 5-point move. We finally failed that and we see some drawdown to the downside. So, basic support and resistance, I don't complicate my trading. That's what I do. I trade supply and demand, support and resistance. I look for previous areas of confluence on the 1-hour, 4-hour, and the daily chart. I watch volume, and I combine those things along with experience, which is also huge, and trade my plan. So the next trade was on SPY, and this was directly a support and resistance supply and demand trade. As you can see here, told the team I was watching for this 412 to 413 demand zone for a bounce. And what do you know? Where is the low of the day? What area did we bounce in and see nothing but a move up afterwards? Can anyone tell me? Let's go here and draw this out so the whole crowd can see. 412 to 413, this was the low of the day before ripping back up a few points on an overall choppy day. We still caught the bottom. Again, who cares about what we did? How did we find that? We look across here. We touch once, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times before breaking above. Now that resistance that got broke turns to support, which you see here. This was the zone. There was a good probability we were going to bounce in, as this was the demand zone. It was the previous resistance turned support. Now again, we'll see the same thing on the hourly chart. We go here. What do we see? Same idea. Can't break. Finally break with a touchdown again. We touch down again here, and we make a move back up. Now, if we would have broken this down below this 412 right here, that would have been a good sign to look for some puts as our demand was broken, our buyers weren't present. Sellers clearly have control, and they're going to make that known. So again, another trade, beautiful idea, beautiful thesis on that, worked out to perfection. And there's no crazy in it. I'm not some genius. I'm not some crazy, the best trader in the world. You know, I take losses too. I'm human. I just watch price action. I watch every single one of these candlesticks because they represent real human buying and selling. Each one of these candlesticks represents psychology, which is what you have to start looking at the stock market as if you want to make money. So start looking at these not as just red and green things. Start looking at them as human psychology. Psychology here was sell. Psychology here was sell. Psychology here was sell. Psychology here was sell, but we pushed above that, so it was buy. Now when we come back down, and these buyers are going to be interested at these lower prices, they're going to see other buyers interested. They're going to push us back up to go higher unless we break that down. Then the bias is clearly, okay, buyers aren't here. They're not present. Good chance we're going to pop down, which, if we would have broken this down, good probability that we would have. Not to say it's bulletproof, but again, it's basic supply and demand trading. Now you can find that again, 1 hour, 4 hour. Look at the daily chart. We find consolidation areas. For example, this was a big consolidation or demand zone down here, as you can clearly see. Touched it multiple times, support before ripping back up. You see this on just about every single stock. I'm sure we can go type in random tickers. Let's go to Roku, ROKU. It's a clear support zone around this 80. We'd pop up each time. Clear demand zone down here. Find that in the daily chart, the weekly chart, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and even intraday sometimes you can find let's say on the 5-minute chart, let's go to Tesla here. This 920 was clearly a demand zone. We were sitting around this for the later half of the day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. This was our demand zone intraday. You could have just been scalping that left and right. Identify the pattern, identify the trend, and rock with it. Stop trying to force trades. Stop trying to make your trading, 8,000 indicators and complex this and that. Stick to basic support and resistance, supply and demand. Add an indicator or two to verify what you're watching for and make your strategy work for you. So hopefully that helps. I try my best to give you guys the best education ever. That's what we do here at Team Bull. So if you want to rock with us, hit those links in the description, hit that subscribe button, and let's get rich together. God bless. Have an amazing day. See you guys. Peace.
Now I rep